Good morning, folks. I'm Dan. Real quick little video this morning. Just was on a discussion board for the Zenith aircraft. Guys having a little bit of problem with the 750 for the rudder top tip rib is what I believe we're talking about. So I thought I'd do a quick little form up of one and see if I can't get a good one and maybe give him a little bit of help along the way. Don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but we're going to try. So anyway, let me move the camera down here. We've got a piece of 25 thousandths that we're going to use. This is our rib. I've already formed this rib. My rudder's already assembled and everything. This is my form block for it. Top and bottom piece. Flanges cut. There's 4 on the 701. 750 I think might be a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger plane. 25 thousandths here. And we're just going to lay out our tip rib. Actually, we're going to flip it over. It's a little bit easier for me to mark see the other side. So we're just going to leave ourselves lots of material here. That should give us enough for a 10 millimeter all the way around. Quick little trace out. We've got 10 millimeter flange all the way around, 3 millimeters around the nose. So we'll lay that all out. Get a better line here. I do realize that cut's not straight. I'm kind of trying to keep in line with the center line. This, like I say, is actually kind of quick and dirty since I've already formed this. All we're interested really is showing the forming around the nose. And bear in mind, if you're actually building these parts, you're going to have to do the actual layout to have your transitions be right. So you've got a nice smooth transition. And all that information is on the plans. Give us nice smooth. You can lay it out with a Gumby with a flexible drawing ruler. You can lay it out with a French curve. Let's get rid of a little of this extra material here. Okay, there's our rough blank. What I will do is go ahead and we'll drill 2 guide holes in that line up with my screw holes in my form block. I'll go ahead and screw those together. Before that, I'll go ahead and round these edges with a belt sander and deburr it. So it's pretty close. It'll probably still get trimmed in this area once we start forming it. But let's go ahead and get this much of it deburred. I'll get it set up and locked into the form block, and then we'll come back and show the forming of it. Here we've got our part. 2 pilot holes. This drilled is clamped in between. We've got the cutouts for our crimps, both sides. 2, I'm assuming the 750 has 3 from what I've heard. And we just start working it down. Some guys will use a rubber mallet. I've seen some of the guys using the piece of crap orange hammers from Harbor Freight, of which I've got 1 or 2 of those around here, but you can't really use them for anything because they're pieces of shit. But anyway, you just start working it down slowly and start your crimps. Go ahead and flip that over and do the other side. And then we'll start working this side on down a little bit more. Let's see, I think we'll do it this way. And bear in mind, you don't need to bring this all the way down. You know, this is relieved a little bit, so it's going to overbend. But you actually don't have to bring it all the way down in there. You can take and work this down, take it out of the form block once you get these lines laid out, and then you adjust your crimps to bring it back into line. So you're mainly concerned with not getting any cracking out here in either of these. Actually, I can bring this on down a little bit. It's a little bit... bring a little more of that crimp into the part, but you want your front end to be nice and smooth, and if you just continue to work it, got a little bit of a wave there, but all in all, that doesn't look too bad other than my flange being off here. But there again, that you can work that a little bit too. Another option on a part like this is you can leave your back end wide and then go back and trim your flange afterwards. We'll still get you the main part that you want the radiuses to be about right to start with is probably from about right before your crimps on forward, because that's where you really have to move the metal. As far as the back end, that's just pretty much a straight line. So you can leave extra material there, then go back and sand it, grind it, however your preferred choice is after you've got it all formed. That would alleviate the problem of being long on one side and short on the other. And we'll measure it once we get it all done. I would speculate that there's probably enough material on this anyway. You could get by with that part. Let's take it out and see what it looks like. our little pieces right up front here. We can, it'll be easier to see this way. Turn that around. You might not be able to see it quite as well, but I can work it a little bit better from this side. Okay. We got a nice smooth radius there. There again, just a little bit more tweaking on there. And we can work this just a little bit more. I think we're out a little bit. A little tight in those bends, but there again, that will work. So that's the way I form up those. Clean up your holes a little bit. And got a part that smooths up a little bit more. That'll be a good part. Thanks for taking the time to watch. If you found these videos helpful, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and share any comments you've got. I look forward to hearing from them. Well, this was my rendition of the 7R1-5 is the rudder tip. And that's the way I form them up. Screwed up on this one. Either I let it slip in the form block, or else I drilled my hole in the form block a little bit off, and I think it was probably a combination of both. But I'm long on this edge in the back end, and I'm short here, so this part would actually be a scrap part. But there again, for the demonstration purposes that we wanted it for, why it came out really well. You know, we were just interested in the front end, and we got a real nice smooth transition there. We weren't cracked out on any place. The only changes that I would make on these is I've flanged these a little bit deeper than they should be up into the radius. Not so bad on that one, but on these front two, and it's because I was working it pretty heavy. My form blocks were cut a little bit deeper right there for those crimps, and I could have left them a little bit shallower, but otherwise we got a real nice radius on the edge. You know, it's pretty smooth. We got good crimps on there that don't look like they'll crack out. If I wouldn't have messed up on the back end of this, why, this is a part that I would use. They're out of 25 thousandths aluminum. They'll form up just fine. So just take your time working them, and have fun with them.